What's going on, you guys? Daniel Ramirez Medina, aka Slumpy TCG, here with the homie who did an insane thing, and he actually just realized something after he did this insane thing. Uh, what is your name, and what did you do today?
My name is Danny Godinez, and I won my VIP qualifier with Best Deck Bird Up.
Yes, sir. So, for those of you guys that don't know, if you guys weren't able to sign up for Pasadena and you guys win the VIP, you guys automatically get entered into Pasadena. So even if you did not meet the pre-reg cap and you win your VIP qualifier, you are able to enter. And Danny actually didn't know. Danny came into my stream and was like, yeah, so I won, but I'm not going to be able to go. So it's kind of sad. And I was like, no, bro. You don't realize, like, you just entered the YCS for free. Like,
Yeah, because I was with my homie sorting cards today, and then we were all wondering like, do we get our money back, or like, do you guys get your money back for winning, or like, how does that go? So
yeah. So,
I'm stoked now.
yeah. So now, we're definitely going to see you at Pasadena. But nonetheless, do you have any shout outs you want to start off with?
I want to shout out first my Team Infinite Cards and Games, for letting me borrow pretty much all the cards I use, and shout out my other sponsor, Gem Playmats. Oh God, yes.
Oh, God, yes.
And then shout out to you, Slumpy, for letting me do this deck profile.
Oh, of course. All right, bro. Well, let's get into the deck.
All right, so to start off, I'm playing 3 Warbler. Why is this card legal? I have no idea. This card's insane. Doesn't target a special. Specials from hand and or grave. Self-explanatory. 2 Cobalt Sparrow. I was playing 3, but I found myself opening up like just multiples of it in my hand to where it was cloggy, and I just wished it was something else like a Fractal, or like even just like a Nerval.
Mhm.
Uh, Double Wagtail. This is something I've been wanting to cut to 1, but the times where I think of cutting it to 1, and as I either playing like my locals or just test handing, like the second one just seems to come up. So 2 for now till I guess I just decide to cut the second one and then just try out 1 for now. Double Barrel Canary. There's a glare, my bad. Just
Oh,
put
you're
it
good.
over here. Double Barrel Canary. I see a lot of people playing 3. Well, actually, I see a lot of people playing like 3 of like each bird, which in my opinion is not correct.
A little overkill.
Yeah, it's a little overkill, especially playing triple Barrel Canary, because Barrel Canary, it's nice for follow up, but at the same time, it isn't, just because of the restriction where it locks you into XZ monsters.
Mhm.
And then I find myself like with this deck like opening up a lot of awkward hands to getting into a lot of awkward combos, and the cause of that is drawing a lot of birds or drawing like no birds at all. So I guess it's a 50-50. Then 1 Sapphire Swallow. Um, I open this a lot too. I don't know. I guess it's just my luck. I'm not sure what it is, but when I open this card, I always wish I played 2. But in my opinion, playing 2 is bad, and one should be enough. And that's it for the Fearless monsters. Then for the Tri Brigades, 3 Fractal, 3 Nerval, 1 Kit, 1 Karaz. So this should be pretty self-explanatory as well. Um, just opening up Fractal Warbler is full combo, which is insane. Uh, Nerval, Nerval. This card's a wing beast. You gotta search it off of Cobalt.
Yeah, that's insane in
Androscope
this deck.
Starling, yeah, like just the tries on the birds just pair up so well.
Mhm.
They pair up so well, and I think the try part is definitely what just makes this deck so cracked.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
1 Kit, 1 Karaz. You don't want to play any more of these at all. Just Kit to get you to the Oath, and then start off your try combos, and then just Karaz to extend into the Ancient Warrior monster. And then the Avion, and then the DD Crow. This is the last of the Wing Beast monsters. DD Crow because it's searchable, and then Avion to summon off of the Simorgh. So I don't play the barrier statue. In my opinion, the barrier statue is good in certain matchups, but at least in my local area, there's a lot more like Sword Soul and Bird Up. So just having a board full of negates has always been more convenient on my end and won more games than the barrier statue. Unless you're playing Rendezvous, then play the barrier statue, which I have wanted to try out. But as you can see later on, you'll see that I play Oath in my deck instead of the Rendezvous.
Mm-hmm.
So I always just opt to play Avion instead of the barrier statue. And then for hand traps, I'm probably gonna get flamed for this, but you guys will see later on why. 2 Ash, 2 Imperm, 1 Droll, and 1 Veiler.
All right, so why this ratio?
I play Crossout on my deck.
Oh, okay.
I play Crossout on my deck because honestly, I'm a pussy and I hate getting hand trapped. and for some reason, there's trap decks at my locals, maining Droll. Like, what the hell?
Who the fuck plays troll and trap decks? What the heck?
It works out for them. They opened up the full combo, which is Torrential Strike, and I just kind of get cut. So yeah, basically just because of the crossout, these are my 2 main crossout targets most of the time: the Veiler and the Droll.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's worked out for me. There's times where I've drawn the Droll and it's helped me against matchups such as Invoke, Dog Doll, the Mirror, and then like weird rogue decks that search a lot. And then 2 Ash, 2 Imperm. So in every deck I play, most of my friends know that I've always played just 2 Ash. I don't know, it's just kind of been like a thing of mine. I've never played more than 3. And then Imperm, I might add the 3rd one, just because this card's so cracked right now against swords, against like the meta. Either this or like a 2nd Veiler. So that's it for the hand traps. For spells, triple Bird Call. The reason, well, not the well, one of the main reasons this deck works. So most of the time with Bird Call, I find myself sending it just to play around the Droll, and I could extend more into my combo. This card's just so cracked.
Yeah, it's a Foolish and special summon, or you can add, like.
Yeah, it's to add Foolish, and then it could summon from your hand, like.
Yeah, like Rhoda and Foolish are both at 1, and this card's both of them. Plus, you get special. Like.
Yeah, like whoever is making up these effects at Konami, like, if it's Birdwise, keep on doing your thing. Don't hit Bird, please. This deck's cracked. Then for the other spells, I played triple Prosperity. I rarely ever go 6 for Prosperity. I mainly just hit 3 out for Prosperity. And for some reason, every time I go Prosperity, I'm looking for the crossout, and I always hit the crossout.
Oh God, yes.
It's like just super lucky on my end.
But I think Prosperity is insane in this build because they're playing crossout, right? Like it's like trying to get into like Gamma when you're playing Dragon Link and stuff like that, right? Like just seeing a card that's just gonna blow out and just like guarantee that you combo is broken.
Yeah, that's the main reason. Well, not it's one of the main reasons why I play Prosperity. Just if I don't see crossout, to have the probability of seeing crossout in my hand and or other combo pieces that I do not have in my hand, in my starting hand. Just try my best to see them off of the Prosperity.
Mm-hmm.
And then triple crossout.
Busted.
It's just it's so insane with the build. I'm playing. Also, I forgot to shout out. How did I forget to shout out? Shout out Kyle Waterbury. He's one of the other. So there's a couple of players at my locals, but that guy, in my opinion, is the best bird player at my locals. And me and him theoried this deck, his build is a little more weirder than mine, but it's similar in a sense. He plays Kinka Bio and some
Hmm.
like some other weird stuff, but it works out for him. And now, so the way I decided to give this list a try was when I was steering with him and I was seeing his list and I was just making fun of him about it. I'm like, dude, this list is super inconsistent. Like what is this trash? You're playing all these one ofs, and then this was the Friday before an OTS championship. I went, and I was like, you know what? I'll try his build. And in my opinion, this is the most consistent build I've played, and I've tried so many variants of the deck, and this is what's worked out for me. Crosshouse just it's insane. Whoever says this card is bad, you're bad. And then for the spice, I play double Jack in the hand.
Oh, how was this?
This bro, this card saved me so many times. Normally off of this, um, I'm searching. It's bad in the mirror. It's horrible in
Yeah,
the mirror.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you cite this out in the mirror, but against any other deck, usually I like if I see Warbler in my hand already, I like searching Warbler, Sparrow, and Nerval. And for some reason, my opponent always grabs a Warbler.
You're like, all
Why I
right,
don't know.
cool.
Then yeah, I'm like, all right, cool, get Nerval and then full combo. Like
Yeah, I mean, like
I
you're adding like 1 of 3 cards that you're gonna need anyways to the combo, right? Like,
yeah. If you don't have one or the other, sometimes it's hit or miss because let's say in the instance where you have Warbler but you don't have like a Sparrow or like another bird and you do reveal it, they'll hit like they'll grab like the Sparrow. They'll grab. Sometimes my opponent is good and they'll grab what I they'll like kind of like read my play in a sense, and then
hmm
they'll they'll kind of just like figure out what I need and they'll grab that instead. And but this card, most of the time when I activate it, I find myself winning in that situation. Jack in the hand, buy out people,
God, yes.
and then one ofs, tanky, called by 1-for-1, foolish. Pretty self-explanatory. Tanky to search either Fractal, the fourth Fractal, technically. Called by the Grave, so
Stop troll.
yeah. Stop Droll, stop Veiler, stop any hand trap in your way.
Mhm.
There, there was a there was a game today. It's like my round 2, and I drew this. Oh, dude, my hand was so cracked. It was this. It was Called by the Grave, Designator, Fractal, Wagtail, and a Warbler.
Oh my goodness.
And then I saw this. I'm like,
GG's.
honestly, call me like an asshole for this, but I reviewed my hand. I told my opponent, I'm like, you don't win with this hand. I'm like,
Jesus.
there's no way you're beating me. And then he saw it. He agreed. He's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, my
And
head
he,
is
he
cracked.
gave me the game. One
Yeah.
for one, bro. Pitching 1-for-1 with Nerval, insane.
Yep.
Insane. If you summon like your Sparrow, you gotta just chain block the Sparrow or chain block whatever you find yourself needing more. Then Foolish, another way to get you to your combo when you have just a weird hand. To send your tries or some or your birds. Then Order. I main decked Order because there's also a lot of invoked type decks in my area,
hmm
and just people playing Fusion Destiny. Spell heavy deck, so I'm like, why not main it? Shout out Poe for the French secret. Oh god, yes.
Yeah, I saw like the format right now is like 60% not using DP and like 40% is. So like
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy to think that like the only decks that aren't using DP right now are like Bird Up, and even some of the Sword Soul decks are using DP now. Like it's been crazy.
yeah. Yeah, you make a point. There's basically Bird Up's like the only deck that doesn't play DP.
Yeah.
But there's this guy at my locals that for some reason he plays this guy has balls. He plays the Red Eyes Fusion package and the Fusion Destiny
My
package.
goodness.
Shout out Jose, bro. And then Oath. Because I'm scared of Ruler and Droplet. I have a funny story. So my last round in finals, The reason I won. So my board it wasn't anything good. It was Simorg. So it was Simorg, Karaz. It was full combo besides the Draco.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Simorg, Ancient Warrior, Karaz, and then I sided in the Barrier Statue, and it was Barrier Statue, and my opponent in finals was playing. It was Tri Brigade DP.
Oh
So
god.
this man didn't have any. He didn't have anything, and I didn't have really anything to like um follow up or like kill him. And I saw the oath in my hand, and I saw Kit in my hand as well. So it's kind of awkward for I couldn't find a way to combo into where I could put oath back and still try to resolve Kit. So I just kept the oath in my hand. So this is what happened. My opponent he goes normal summon Fractal, and he has a loaded grave, and I go, okay, that's fine. And for some reason, this guy goes, he instead of just activating Fractal's effect to banish or to send Fractal from field to grave, he goes activate Fusion Destiny, and then I go, okay. I go Chain Oath, send Barrier Statue, and then I go Chain Oath, Special Barrier Statue, and I targeted the Fractal to bounce back. Okay, now your Fusion Destiny resolves without effect.
Oh my goodness.
Resolves without summoning. And then he got an appeal. He got an appeal saying how the ruling worked, and he's like, no, I still gotta send the DP. I'm like, no, it's resolving without effect. And
Yeah.
we were arguing like back and forth, and of course I got the better end of the ruling. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Ancient Warrior Send Oath, Banish Oath, insane.
Yeah. So that's it for the main deck. 43 cards, I believe it is.
Oh my goodness. I mean, it makes sense when you're playing Cross Out and Jack in the Hand too.
Yeah. And then extra deck. Shout out Shaquille for the token. Shout out Nico for this multi-faker window.
Oh, that's dope.
Field center. Yeah, since whoever knows me pretty well knows that Geist is my favorite deck.
Yep.
It's the deck I've had most success with. Multiple regional toss with it, and yeah. Then little tokens, whatever. Extra deck is one Almirage for the link ones. Self-explanatory. Just send it off if you draw like your kit or like a Nerval, and then still find a way to get yourself to a sufficient end board. Link 2s, one double Dragon Lords for the combo. One Frigid party combo, and then something that a lot of people don't play as well is the Bearbrum. I opted to play Bearbrum because it's something I wanted to try out. I found also with my hands, whenever you draw like multiple birds, this card's so insane because you already have a Tri-Brigade or like another bird banished, and it lets you extend more. It lets you extend more to where you can't find yourself summoning Frigid, and the Bearbrum just is more convenient sometimes to summon just to discard the two, and then summon one from banish. There was a game where I drew both Nerval and Kit. Nerval, Kit, Karaz. So I was like, oh, I'm sick. Okay. And
So you can like search Fractal, dump a bird, and then you can banish it, and then special summon it off of Bearbrum too, right? Like.
yeah, and it was a Cobalt. Yeah, it was a Cobalt, and then I kept the Nerval in hand, and then I summoned the Sparrow off of the Bearbrum, and I went full. I found a way to full combo from there
Mm-hmm.
with just Bearbrum and without having to summon the Frigid, which was pretty cool. That's it. Oh, yeah, for the Link 2s. Link 1s, Doom Eagle. and Sovereign, self-explanatory. I think most of us are playing Doomigo now, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Domingo
So
against like DPE and even like against like Outlook, right? Like you're able to just shuffle back the Golden Lord and take the effect. Like everybody's playing DPE, so you're able to shuffle back DPE. Like if you play against Striker, you get to shuffle back Ray, and it could just be a blowout against Trap decks because they have no monsters too.
yeah, and also, um, so I barely I don't read cards because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, but I found out this is a quick effect.
Yep.
Dude, I did not know this was a quick effect for the longest time. So I just kind of summoned the card, and then I was playing against a Drytron matchup at one of my locals,
Hmm.
and my opponent had double alpha, and I made this and I spun back one of the alphas, and then I went past her on the Doom Eagle and a Karaz because I opened up a brick hand, and so he goes so on his turn he goes alpha pitch Ben 10, and then I lost from there, and then after the game, um my friend Ryan was like, why didn't you activate Doom Eagle? I'm like, to shuffle back the alpha. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, Doom Eagle's a quick effect. I'm like, it's not a quick effect. He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, no, it isn't. And then I grabbed my deck box and I read Doom Eagle, and it said, and it's right there, sure enough, says quick effect, and I felt stupid.
You're like, oh
But
my
you live
god,
and
this
you
card's
learn.
cracked.
Yeah. So now I know you could just like keep this on like graveyard, super like heavy graveyard reliant decks. Oh. Um, then for Link Fours, Shurag, access code. Uh, I make Shurag a lot for my combos. Sometimes I do want to play the second one because it does come up, but mainly I just make the Shurag for the combo with Kit, Banish 4, make Shurag, and then yeah,
Yep.
and then access code just to kill my opponent. That's it for the links. Then for XZs, uh, two Recital Starling, one Nightingale, one Ensemble Robin. Um, I've seen builds such as like Justin Singh's build where he plays three Recital Starling, which I think is not necessary at all. Two is enough. It's only really necessary unless you go into like a super grind game, like the longest grind game of your life or whatever. But other than that, just two is the perfect ratio. One Nightingale because it makes Zeus. I still haven't done the combo where it's like double Recital Starling plus this, and then you kill your opponent. But there was a game. It was round three. I played against Sword Soul, and this guy went long gun pitch for time, and I was like, huh, okay. And I had a graveyard full of birds. And I just went Barrel Canary, Special Sparrow. I special the Sparrow, and then I normal summoned the Nerval, and I already had another Barrel Canary on field, and I forgot what else it was. Basically, I made this for 7, and I just attacked directly, and I killed my opponent with it.
Yeah, that combo's like the cheese. It's so good.
Yeah, it's funny when it resolves. It's funny when it happens. Then one ensemble. I don't make this a lot.
Oh really?
In
Oh,
my
because you're
yeah,
playing like Bear Bum and stuff like that, right? And like just for
I don't
Domingo.
really make this a lot. I just my end board is usually just like Simorgh, Avion, the Ancient Warrior, Karaz, and like the Draco. Unless my hand's super cracked, then I do make this.
Mm-hmm.
And then this for also part of the combo says fuck you to Nib, and then just any other interruption. And even if they nib you like on the future, which is what they have to do most of the time, it's fine because you're still gonna get your combo 100% of the time if you have Tri Brigade in hand or just off of the Nerval that will resolve Engrave. And then One Zeus. You can make it. I made this card probably like once or twice throughout the time I've been playing this deck. Any questions about the extra deck? Anything?
Nah, everything's pretty self-explanatory. Like, it makes sense in
Yeah.
your build because you're playing Crossout and you're playing Jack in the Hand for more consistency, so you don't need the third recital Starling. Whereas like other builds don't have cards that can just like blow out your opponent, so your combo just like fully resolves.
Yeah. I think most of the builds are pretty self-explanatory for Bird Up.
Mm-hmm.
Then side, one nib for the crossout. The second draw, just because, like I said, there's a lot of invoked type and dogmatica type decks at my locals. The barrier statue, just for certain matchups, like rogue matchups or like pure try with the DP. I only really said this thing going first though. Going second, not at all. And same with of course with the going second. I always tend to side out my crossouts, not my prosperities. That's it for monsters in the side, and then for spells, one duster, 3 droplet, 3 storm, and then 2 dark ruler. Just duster because it clears back row, and if you see it, you see it. Droplet. I contemplated maining these over the. I contemplated maining 2 and siding in 1 instead of the jack in the hand. And instead, I was just gonna put one bird strike and then a third dark ruler. But I decided to keep it in the side at the end. I do see a lot of decks that do main droplet though, which is understandable because of bird up and sword soul. Bird up, sword soul, PK. But there's not a lot of PK at my locals. If not, there's not any. Storm. There's no other card I top deck for some reason.
Like a story.
game 2 then Storm. At my OTS championship, I played against a striker player, and this man had 5 back row steps with a Shizuku, and his back row was Widowmaker, Shark Cannon, and then it was like an ego booster. And then I was like, I was scared because of I had full combo hand, but I was scared of the Widowmakers and the Shark Cannons. I know he had 2 anchors because he did see engage that turn. So I go, all right, let's top deck. I hope I top deck the Storm, and then sure enough, I top deck the Storm. I go Storm. I went Storm, and then he scooped it up.
Yeah, like that's game.
Yeah, he didn't even wait for me to full combo. He's like, yeah, you got it. I'm like, what? You don't know if I have full combo in hand? He's like, I'm pretty sure you do. And I revealed him like, yeah. I'm like, Fractal Warbler, GG. For traps, reboot, and then 2 Storm. So I think I should be playing Heartbeat Conductor. I might cut the Bear Brum and then put Heartbeat Conductor just because I am playing the Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I think Heartbeat Conductor also makes sense when you like hard draw, right? Like, when you don't want to get hand trapped at all. You just want your combo to resolve, so like it makes sense in that instance too.
Yeah, definitely. And then this card's so insane when you get hand trapped, but you still do have follow up in hand, but you have a Wing Beast on field, and you just activate this.
Yep.
Whenever I activate this, I know I win the game. Most of the time, I feel like I'm winning because this card's literally VFD.
Yeah, it's insane.
There's a possibility. I personally do see this probably getting hit on the list.
Yeah, that card's fucking insane.
Yeah, like I said, VFD, but in like a slower version. Then reboot, back row, self-explanatory. And yeah, that's the deck profile.
All right, chat. Do you guys have any questions?
Y'all want to flame me for my ratios? Whatever. I'm here for it.
What's it like being cracked?
cracked, bro. I'm trash. I just get lucky in top decks tournament win.
All right, well, we're gonna end the deck profile. YouTube, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't already, catch me live at twitch.tv/slumpytcg. I stream every day, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you guys are ever wanting to, you know, watch more content, subscribe to the channel, comment, like, do all that good stuff. And thank you guys for watching.